Today from Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina, it's the Duke Blue Devils taking on the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech.
Well, it'll be a rubber game here in Greensboro for Duke and Georgia Tech. They split during the regular season. Georgia Tech became a bona fide contender in the ACC this year. The third season for Bobby Crimmins as head coach has done a marvelous rebuilding job for the Yellow Jackets. They brought in first John Sally, then got Yvonne Joseph, a big 6'11" Haitian, to come in and join the team. Then recruited Mark Price out of Oklahoma, a Pan-American star, and then last year Bruce Dalrymple, an All-American from Connecticut, actually from New York City, where he's a native. So Georgia Tech is very definitely a challenger now, and Duke's enjoying one of his great seasons they've had in a long while, since the days of Gene Banks and Mike Jaminski.
Well, their 22 wins this year was their best since 1952. And they had some winning streaks this year, Jim. They won 8 straight, 6 straight, 8 straight again to comprise their 22 wins, and they are a contender.
Well, Duke ruled this league in the 60s when Vic Bluebers was coach, and the likes of Art Heyman and Jeff Mullins and Bob Bergen, Mike Lewis. They had great teams there then, and they dominated the league in the same fashion that North Carolina's been dominating it almost ever since, with NC State and Maryland having great years scattered through there. Over 15,000 here at the Greensboro Coliseum today. They've just seen North Carolina win the opening game by 12 points over Clemson. Now they're waiting to see who the Tar Heels will play next. It'll be the winner of this game, Georgia Tech and Duke. In the conference season, Duke finished in a tie for third at 7-7. Georgia Tech was with one game farther back. They won 6 and lost 8. So you might say that Duke's win at Atlanta was the difference there as far as these two teams are concerned. By the way, Georgia Tech then came into Duke and won and broke a Duke winning streak of 6 games. They call them the Killer Bees from Georgia Tech, and they'd like to break out and get in the semifinals for the first time. Or rather, would be the second time. They've won 1 of their 5 games, defeating Maryland, a team they seem to hold the Indian sign over ever since they joined the ACC. Duke comes into this conference, as John and I mentioned, fresh from that 2 overtime loss at Chapel Hill to North Carolina in the last game of the regular season. So the Blue Devils under Mike Krzyzewski, a protege of Bobby Knight, and Bobby Crimmins, who learned his basketball under Frank McGuire at South Carolina. Bobby Crimmins is one of 2 players who have played in the tournament for an ACC team, and the only one coaching the ACC that played for a winning team. Now the lineups.
Second afternoon matchup between Duke and Georgia Tech. For Duke, at forward, 6'6" sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona, number 32, Mark Allery.
Well, some of the Duke fans have poured in here. They're really stirred up over this team that won 22 games this year under Mike Krzyzewski. And so are the Georgia Tech adherents. Georgia Tech being coached by young Bobby Crimmins. Duke leads this series 19-7, but Georgia Tech is a different ball club now. Its 31st annual tournament here. Georgia Tech hopes to win its 2nd Atlantic Coast Conference tournament game. Tipped by Allery, Mahar racing for it. And back there is Bruce Dalrymple. The great freshman guard at Georgia Tech will come to the attack. Here's Mark Price. He's all everything for the Yellow Jackets. And to Dalrymple right inside. Missed an easy one. All Allery could do was wish him bad luck on that one. Now Duke goes to attack. Johnny Dawkins, an outstanding guard for Duke, number 24. And there's Tommy Amaker. They were back-to-back MVPs in Washington, D.C. And inside goes Dawkins. Dawkins went inside to score. Price on him, and he took him right to the hole.
Nice pass from Mahar. Dawkins can leap. What a matchup.
Well, in our first game, John, the team that scored first never gave up the lead, went on to win the game. See what will happen here. Petway will try to tie it for Georgia Tech. Yep. Scott Petway, junior out of Chicago. Came out of junior college in Pensacola, and we're tied at 2. The first tie we've had the whole day. North Carolina jumped in front of Clemson. Clemson could never tie. Mark Allery now goes to the open spot. Georgia Tech, good box out, and Mahar tries to fight through and picks up the foul. Danny Mahar, he fouls an awful lot. Over 100 fouls this year, and he's been banished in 7 games.
What a body he has, and he's very aggressive. He does the dirty work under the boards. He's a Canadian, will play on a Canadian Olympic team.
By dirty work, you mean that nicely, I'm sure. You don't mean he's a dirty player.
The hard stuff, the physical stuff.
He's a physical player. He's a hockey player when he's younger. There goes John Sally, dumping to Joseph for an easy layup. Boy, good penetration by Sally, made it easy for Joseph.
That's where Duke is weak, on the defense inside. So we look for Georgia Tech to attack him inside.
Duke can give you a good little pressure down floor. And to Jay Phillips around his man, and good box out inside by Dalrymple. Boy, what a great rebounding guard he is.
Second rebounder on this team.
Al Price, his range is unlimited. Good position inside by Dalrymple, who takes it up, and a holding foul on Billis. Billis got the ball, but also had some hand. Number 1 on him, second against the Blue Devils.
Duke has got to keep this man off the boards. Dalrymple going to come into the picture now.
Watch who makes the call here, right there. You see, was behind the man, but he still saw it.
Only 6'3", but this man is the number 2 rebounder on the Georgia Tech team. Can do it all.
You know, his name is actually Henry, but his father was named Henry also, and so it was always Henry this and Henry that, so he just decided to take Bruce's name. 4-2, Georgia Tech by a pair. 2 minutes gone by. Johnny Dawkins, incredible quick. Look at
Oh! And a foul, it was not called.
What a shot by Dawkins. Fading away, shooting with the wrong hand in that instance. Natural left-hander. Joseph slammed up. Yvonne Joseph comes back for Georgia Tech. Yellow Jackets lead 6-4.
Yvonne's 5th year of basketball right now, if you can believe that. He likes those high percentage shots.
Score's been tied twice. Lead now has changed hands. Here's Dawkins outside. Another rebound inside by Dalrymple. He's shown already why he's one of the best rebounding game players and the guards in the whole game. Joseph inside, and you can see Georgia Tech trying to attack the Duke weak spot, inside defense. Tommy Amaker probably is one of the prize recruits in the whole ACC last year with what he means to Duke, because he's their point guard, runs the attack, and he turns Dawkins loose. Backing up inside is Billis. Jay Billis just powered his way in against Sally, and Bobby Cremens wants to know why no foul on that one, but Billis just tied it for Duke at 6.
Duke 22 wins this year. Their program has advanced so much under Mike Krzyzewski.
That's going to be a charge on Price. Mark Price tried to make a play that wasn't there. Smart young cookie, though, and you'll see some great play from him. Watch it.
Jay Billis is going to come over now and draw that position. Price committed himself to the air, committed the foul.
With a little over 3 minutes into the game, first substitution, David Henderson, who's been like a 6th starter this year. That's what they call him, as a matter of fact, at Duke. 6'5" sophomore from Manson, North Carolina.
Such a key member of this team. Hit a foul shot. Beat Georgia Tech this year.
Oh, he's a great player. Look at the speed, and that'll be a charge on Dawkins. So they're taking turns setting up screens. Yeah, that charge was taken by Sally. That's the first foul on Dawkins, number 3 on Duke.
Dawkins going right. He's a lefty. Sally got in nice position at 6'10", and he spread himself out there, drew the foul.
Dawkins does so much for the Duke team, though. Right there, he had a dish off to Allery. That would have been an easy basket. Petway almost stripped away by Henderson. Henderson comes off the bench trying to make a big play immediately. Inside, there's Sally wide open. Sally gets open for one, and Georgia Tech breaks back on top 8-6.
Sally's improving more and more. He's only a sophomore. Put on a lot of weight over the summer. Great potential.
Well, he needed to improve his strength. He's still pretty slender, but he has. There's the lob inside to Dawkins, a little guy, and it's lost out by Georgia Tech. But you believe they would go for an alley-oop to 6'2" Johnny Dawkins. We're going to time out with 16 minutes to go in the first half. There's the score. Tech leads 8-6.
Shaving is like football. Defense is the name of the game. Neutrogena Razor Defense Shave Gel. I wouldn't shave without it. Neutrogena Razor Defense.
This season, Adam Sandler.
You and I are actually seeing each other.
Drew Barrymore.
Slate gets wiped clean every night while she sleeps.
50 First Dates.
That was pathetic.
Shut up. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Baby Ruth, the real deal, has crunchy, whole roasted peanuts. The real deal has chewy nougat. The real deal has rich, creamy caramel. Because whether you're the man in the middle, the guy between the pipes, or a great tasting candy bar, being the real deal is about what's on the inside. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal.
I'm Stanley Johnson. I've got a great family. I've got a 4-bedroom house in a great community. Like my car? It's new. I even belong to the local golf club. How do I do it? I'm in debt up to my eyeballs.
Need a smart way to consolidate your debt? At LendingTree.com, you can combine all your separate high-interest charges into one low monthly payment. Call 1-800-737-6219.
I can barely pay my finance charges.
Right now, you can take advantage of home equity rates as low as 3.75%, and your interest may be tax deductible.
Somebody help me.
Come to LendingTree.com, where banks compete and you choose the loan that's right for you. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com. Call 1-800-737-6219.
On ESPN Classic.
I needed rehabilitation because of that fight. I was devastated.
An all-new season.
Al Davis thinks everybody's out to get him. He's an us against them kind of guy.
Of world premieres.
St. Louis is a big ballpark, and Mark McGwire made it look very small.
Brand new shows.
It's still a hard pill to swallow.
The award-winning.
Whenever I'm watching ESPN Classic and it comes on, I turn the TV off.
Sports Century, 8 p.m. weeknights, only on ESPN Classic.
John Andres, I loved a comment made today by Bobby Cremins. He was voted ACC Coach of the Year last year. And in the papers today here in Greensboro, he's quoted as saying, I think the Coach of the Year has to be Mike Krzyzewski. So here they are going at each other.
Well, he didn't get his wishes, but he got a lot of pats on the back. He did a great job this year.
Inside, Dawkins kicks it to Amaker. Amaker, nice move. And Georgia Tech will take over. That was a violation anyway. It wouldn't have counted. Georgia Tech leads 8-6. There's Krzyzewski, played for Bobby Knight. Here's Bobby Cremins, only coach in the ACC ever to play for an ACC championship team.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Oh, what a move by Dalrymple, and then blew the layup. And Duke comes down with it. Mahar. There's some of the dirty work you're talking about he does.
He's got some body, Mahar.
Yeah, he can play hockey, but here goes Mahar at the other end. And Lowry gets a hand on it but can't control it. So Georgia Tech will come away with the ball, leading by 2 in the first. First, Bobby Cremins pacing back and forth. He's really a fidgety guy. He was the youngest coach in Division I when he took over at Appalachian. That was in 1974. He's only 36 now. That was 10 years ago.
Good coaching is done to the top of his head, Jim, huh?
There's Joseph walking inside. And a foul on the play by Henderson. Joseph was kind of quite a find for Crimmins. He comes from Cap-Haitian Haiti. He really hasn't had a great background in basketball.
This is his 5th year. There's Bobby Crimmins, that gray hair.
Oh, yeah, he's still got that great New York accent.
But this young man is quite a prospect. 4 years of basketball until this year, now number 5. I understand, someone was telling me yesterday, his folks got a chance to see him on ESPN.
First time they ever saw him play.
First time against Carolina. They fouled out early, too, so I hope they're watching and see a good game out of there.
Well, he played for a Miami-Dade team that won 33 and lost only 1, so he developed quickly.
Speaks 4 languages, too, this young man.
One of them is French. They're not going to allow that free throw. It's taken away. Still 8-6. No, it is 9-6. Biggest lead by Tech, 3 points. Henderson gets the steal. Here's Steve Henderson feeding back inside, and up goes Mahar, and now Georgia Tech's got it. Petway. Duke does a good job on the offensive boards. Lob inside to Sally for the layup. Tech's taking advantage of its height. 6'9" Sally, 6'11" Joseph.
He's got 2 inches on Mark Allery, and that was a perfectly thrown pass.
You mentioned Allery. He has not touched the ball yet at the offensive end of the floor, and he's one of the big guns. There he is. Mark Allery, first time. And rebound by Petway. Georgia Tech's getting the early jump here on Duke. In the first 6 minutes of the game, they're up by 5, the biggest lead. They can make it 7. They can convert here. Now here's the real brains of this team on the floor. Mark Price. He's like a coach out there.
He's got long arms of Johnny Dawkins on him, though.
Back door to Price. Price takes it right in. Just like he drew it on the boards, John.
Backdoor play, perfectly executed shot by Price. He had very little angle to get that shot up off the boards.
13-6. You know he's going to be a candidate for the U.S. Olympic team. There he goes, Mark Price. He watches who everybody is.
Tell you, he beat Dawkins, who can fly. That gives you an idea of how Mark Price can move.
That's 9 straight points for Georgia Tech. They're making quite a run here early in the first half.
They're explosive.
15-6 and leading by 9 points with 13 minutes to go in the first half. Amaker will try to break the cold spell. Rebound Georgia Tech. Dalrymple taken away by Allery. So Allery makes a big play for the moment. See if Duke can convert. There goes Dawkins. There's Allery, gets away with a little push off and then draws the foul. Foul's going to be on Georgia Tech. They charge it to Dalrymple, his first. Krzyzewski aware with his prize recruit, Tommy Amaker, who was player of the year in Washington, D.C. last year, and the year before that it was Johnny Dawkins, so he's got a good thing going in the nation's capital. Here's a big guy coming in, Tim Harvey, for Georgia Tech. He's 6'10", a sophomore.
Duke is paying the price now for no real inside game. They don't have any big man they can look to who can set up down low, and they're going to jump shots.
Well, Mahar and Billis are muscular guys, but they're 6'7" and 6'8". There's the lob to Allery, and it's off the mark. Sally's got it down, and now back for Georgia Tech comes Craig Deal. There's the lob, and a push inside by Harvey. So Harvey tried to clear out some room. They went for the alley-oop. Turns it over to Duke with the Georgia Tech leading 15-6.
Duke has missed their last 7 shots.
Right now, Dawkins is an Amaker of the guards. And in there is Doug McNeely for Duke, joining Allery and Billis in the front line. He's replaced Henderson. Now, Price has got a job today watching this guy, Dawkins. Great penetrator, good shooter.
And Dawkins has a job, too, watching Price.
There you go. Great. Oh, what a block that was by Sally. Sensational defensive play by John Sally after Dawkins had beaten Price.
That's the big play by the big man. Dawkins, who can go up high, is met by a man who starts higher at 6'10".
Want to know why it's a team game, John, not an individual game?
That's it.
Weak side defense. Allery comes way outside. Nope. Good block out in there by Sally and a reach over by Billis. Second foul on Jay Billis of Duke. 15-6. First time Duke has come into this tournament as a serious contender since the days of Bill Foster and Mike Zeminski. Back in, and David Henderson returns for Duke, and they're giving Amaker a rest. Okay, here's Craig Neal. He's so skinny, they call him Noodles.
He had a shirt on in practice yesterday with a phrase on the back, "Where's the meat?"
Give and go to Price, driving in there, collision, no call, and Duke comes out with a rebound. Watch out for Dawkins. Dawkins takes him on, tries to whip it inside. McNeely follows. Doug McNeely, 7th man this year for Duke. Usually a good defensive player, chipped in a 2-pointer, and that stopped the Duke drought for the moment. 15-8 now. There's Neal, another freshman. Neal give and go, fires it to Petway. Petway gets inside for a 10-footer. And over the back goes Hardy. Great block out by Alward.
Duke shirts all under the basket.
Harvey goes back now. He gave Joseph a rest. Joseph back in with 11 minutes to go. The score, Tech 15, Duke 8. Be right back.
Welcome to the wireless age. Got your HP Pavilion ZT3020 notebook PC featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology. Your HP camera and wireless printer. Setting it up was easy, right, Techno Boy? Because you went to CompUSA for that state-of-the-art HP engineering. Then CompUSA came over, set it up, and trained you for free. Who else gives you so much attention? CompUSA. Unmatched.
The New England Patriots have won one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time. Patriots take the lead! Live the thrills of the Patriots' exciting championship season with Sports Illustrated and the great new NFL Films DVD, the New England Patriots Super Bowl 38 champions. Plus, this special Sports Illustrated hardbound commemorative. This individually numbered classic offers an inside look at the Patriots' second great Super Bowl season. Both are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, giving you 56 issues for only $1.59 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price.
Touchdown, Patriots!
This Wilson Super Bowl football, designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, is also free when you use your credit card. You can't get this one-of-a-kind collectible anywhere else. Call now. You'll get all 3 great Patriots collectibles free. Don't miss your chance to celebrate the NFL champion New England Patriots with this fantastic Super Bowl package, available exclusively from Sports Illustrated. Call now.
Kyle, baby, if I say he's off the show, okay, he's off the show.
Watch ESPN Dream Job and then go to ESPN.com/dreamjob to vote on who gets cut from the running. You could win the all-new Mazda 3 or a trip to ESPN Studios.
I will be handsomely rewarded, Kyle.
How did these two guys get a show on ESPN Classic? By accident. Brace yourself for a new take on some old sports.
I know we're gonna get fired.
Cheap Seats, 10 p.m. every Wednesday, only on ESPN Classic.
DishNetwork.com is your one-stop for everything you need from Dish Network. Log on for great self-service convenience to pay your bill or add programming. Find out if you qualify for local stations in your area. Check out the latest entertainment available, including pay-per-view movies and events. Even download a channel list and more. DishNetwork.com has all the information and services you need on your schedule. Check it out.
The best international cricket live from around the world, only on Dish Network. Watch your favorite teams play in the most prestigious tournaments. Don't miss a single run. Order today.
First round, the 31st annual ACC tournament here on ESPN today. Semifinals tomorrow, live, beginning at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then the championship game on Sunday, airtime 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Greensboro Coliseum. Welcome to your first ACC, John Andrews.
Well, what a pleasure, what a thrill to be here, Jim Thacker. You've done a few in your career, huh? How many?
Well, this makes 18.
9? 18.
That means the only thing you got to do that is just be old, John.
You're spreading out to the Big Ten, too, I understand.
Now, that's a great league also. Wayne Duke, Illinois is going to have a fine chance at everything this year. 15-8. Driving through that. That'll be a charge on Alry.
Tell you, Georgia Tech better start shooting the ball better. 4 out of 15.
Now they've got a good chance to really build a big lead here. Duke's hasn't gotten untracked at all. There's an example.
Correction on that. I'm referring to Duke's poor shooting right now.
Well, no question about that. Mike Krzyzewski, I know, is concerned. 15-8, Georgia Tech. Because Mark Price, always a threat. Duke now straight man for man. 45-second clock being used here in the ACC. Under it goes to Joseph, takes it up, and he draws the foul. That'll be on Billison. Now that's 3 fouls for our count on Jay Billison. They're getting in some early trouble.
Craig Neal set that play up so well for Georgia Tech, delivering that pass.
I think one of the fouls I gave Billis should have gone to Alry, and so Billis with 2, Alry with 2. Yvonne Joseph back at the line. He was out last year with a back injury after coming in from Miami-Dade Junior College. As you can tell by looking at him, he is a very strong young man. Well, we hope the Josephs, if they're down in Haiti, are watching today.
I'm sure they are. They have a lot to be proud of. Their son is developing so fast. It's hard to believe this is his 5th year of basketball.
His 4 languages are French, Spanish, English, and Creole. A linguist. 17-8. Georgia Tech back to its biggest lead, 9 points.
Get outside! Get outside!
You know, Tech had never won a road game in the ACC until this year. They won at Duke, and that was a very big win for them. Boy, Georgia Tech really making Duke work hard. Here comes Henderson. Henderson, official fell down. And up for the ball is going to be Georgia Tech will get it, and it's Dalrymple. Boy, almost threw that ball away. Now they got 3 guards in, Georgia Tech does. Joseph on the lob inside, too high for Sally. Not a smart play. Now when you got a 9-point lead and early on the shot clock.
Wonder how long Mike Krzyzewski will rest Mark Allery.
Anderson's in there at center now for Duke. Inside, little guy McNeely. He's giving Duke a little bit of spark. He's trying to get him going. He's a senior from El Paso, Texas. 17-10.
He only averages 2 points a game.
Well, he's kind of a leader on the floor. Neal lobs that ball over to Sally for the layup. Boy, Sally really plays with power, doesn't he? They call him Spider-Man because he's just all arms and legs, but he's got some strength on that frame.
I've been calling him 6'10". They list him now at 6'11", I see in some of the other information here.
On the outside, just buried by Henderson. David Henderson.
He's the guts of this team, the 6th man, but he spends a lot of time on the floor, Henderson does. His strength is ability to guard men way out high, put pressure up early.
Dalrymple hitting Neal. They got Dalrymple, Neal, and Price, 3 guards in the lineup for Georgia Tech. They like this lineup. And Duke has had to counter. Now inside Joseph, too hard off the glass. Rebound, down is McNeely, and he's reach-in foul by Craig Neal. 5 fouls now on Georgia Tech. Just 1 less than Duke. Bobby Kremens. Boy, what a likable young guy he is. Native of the Bronx.
Both these coaches, Mike Krzyzewski, the man you were just looking at, and Kremens, are excellent recruiters. And these programs, as improved as they are going to be that much tougher next year.
Well, they are. They both have already gotten commitments from very fine players. And they're extremely young, both teams. There's David Henderson. Johnny Dawkins up high for the follow, tipped in by Allery. That's his first basket. Mark Allery had been held down the first 12 minutes of this game, gets a follow, and it's 19-14. Duke hangs with it 5.
Good offensive rebounding by Dawkins made that happen.
Give and go inside to Neal. Oh, he gets the roll. Craig Neal.
I'm impressed with him. Despite his lack of size on that 6'4" frame, he gets into a lot of places he shouldn't.
I think Georgia Tech needed that basket. Dawkins drives inside. Dawkins now comes in with his 3rd basket. Freshman All-American he was. 59th straight start here for Dawkins today. Same for Allery. 21-16. Neal had a back door there, but didn't go for it with Dalrymple. Duke's putting on a lot of pressure right now. Near steal. Look at Joseph. Big guy dribbling the ball. We're down to 7 minutes and 15 seconds on the first half. Shot clock's at 20 seconds. Shot clock 15 seconds. Anthony Bird has come off the bench to attack. Shot clock's at 8 seconds. Lowry, or rather Sally, and the great rebound by Joseph for the follow and can't get it. Lowry has it for good. Georgia Tech's lost some of its blocking foul. In there too late that time was Anthony Bird of Georgia Tech. And it's the 16th foul against the Yellow Jackets. You want to call them the Rambling Wrecks because that's what they've been for so long.
We've got an example of Johnny Dawkins' one-on-one play a minute ago as he came down the middle. He's virtually impossible to hold.
Price gets a rest. We get timeout, and Tech leads by 5.
You gelling? I'm taking a shelling, but I'm still gelling.
My trades are smelling.
Mine too, but who cares?
We're gelling.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are so soft, they make your feet feel outrageously comfortable. Are you gelling? Dr. Scholl's.
Hi, I'd like a wake-up call, please.
Okay, you could have paid up to 75% less for your room with Hotwire. How's that for a wake-up call?
Fly, sleep, drive, cheap.
Energizer E-Squared Lithium, the 1AA battery that lasts up to 7 times longer in digital cameras. Do you have the bunny inside?
Just in time. I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. Now you're here. Now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear.
Going above and beyond. It's the Marriott way.
I am not a plumber.
I'm not a carpenter.
I am not an electrician.
We know you're not. Next time, come see us first. Ace, the helpful place.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
Hoosiers, own it on DVD.
That's great scoring balance by Georgia Tech. 4 in the top 20. Only team to do that this year in the ACC.
Duke creeping back now. Their shooting's improving slightly. They're up to 36%.
Great block out for Georgia Tech on the rebound. Duke shooting under 40% out there, John. 36%.
Georgia Tech 50%.
Now they got Harvey back in at center, giving Joseph a rest. Still going with the 3 guards. Neal, Price, Dalrymple. Long one by Price. Oh, he's got such a quick release. Duke will get the ball. Lost out by the Yellow Jackets.
That's a victory for Duke. They want to keep Price outside, long way away from the basket. He and Dalrymple. Instructions from Bobby Crimmins coming up here now.
Oh, he's orchestrating over there right now. Dawkins, Price stays right with him.
The defensive positioning of Price, how he keeps his feet spread apart.
Ready to go either direction. Inside Lowry. Oh, he missed an easy one. Dalrymple's got it for Georgia Tech. There's a collision, and that's going to be blocking, I think, against Henderson. He moved in there way too late.
Interesting. That foul wasn't going to be called until Dalrymple fell down. Now we'll see the contact. The whistle has not blown now. Now when he falls down, the whistle is then blown.
Now that's really no harm, no foul.
Right.
Mike Krzyzewski. Bob Bender on the coaching staff with him there. Played one of the fine teams for Bill Foster. And a conference here with Bobby Crimmins. First 1-on-1 situation, and Harvey misses the front end. Or rather, Bruce.
Georgia Tech not converting. Duke coming back now.
They can get within 3 with a basket. Still wanting to go inside. Georgia Tech has controlled the inside pretty well. Dawkins goes up, and he's hacked by Price. Second foul now on Mark Price, and let's see if Bobby Crimmins leaves him in there with 2. Price with 2 fouls, and it's going to stay in.
What Crimmins might do is change the matchups and not have him guard Johnny Dawkins, who is a #1 super tough.
Yeah, he'll wear out anybody. Played at Mackin Academy in Washington. Always has great teams.
He has a chance to make the Olympic team. He's not that physical a player, but he's multi-talented, and he truly is impossible to contain.
I think he and Price both will be invited. Price especially, since he played on the Pan American team. That was Scott Petway returning for Georgia Tech. They're going to get Craig Neal a rest. Now Dawkins will go for his 8th point. He's the leading scorer for Duke in the game right now. 21-18. Duke has come from 9 down to only 3, so they put on a good comeback here against Georgia Tech. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Price penetrating on the drive. Isn't that great for poise?
Well, that should go in his highlight film of his career.
He's one of the best around right now. Exceptional shooter, great ball handler, point guard. There's Dawkins, just beat him.
Wow, what a matchup, huh?
That's a
you burn me, I get you right back.
That's a sideshow in itself. 23-20 Duke climbs back within 3 again. Henderson on Petway.
Tech's got to get Dalrymple into the offense.
Yeah. Amaker did a good job denying the ball, Dalrymple. Now here comes Sally. Sally with the right hand. And little Amaker, smallest guy on the floor, at 6 foot, pulls it down. What a pass to Dawkins. And Dawkins is fouled by Price, and there it is. The 3rd foul on Price. A gamble, I think, by Bobby Crimmins. Left Price in there with 2. And if our count is right, that's his 3rd.
What an unfortunate foul, because he did not get it in the traditional sense in defense. When you're reaching, he was lying on the floor, and the offense ran over him. But he created the contact by just being there.
Scoreboard is showing that's only his 2nd foul, so maybe we made a mistake somewhere in picking one up. Dawkins will go back to the line. What's he done recently, John?
Boy, he scored their last 6 points. He's 4 out of 9 from the field right now. Price is 3 out of 5.
Joseph grabs the rebound for Georgia Tech. They're being challenged here. Their 9-point lead is melted almost all the way. They're down to only 3. Neal came back and replaced Price. Joseph, good overplay by Allery. Prevented the entry pass. There's Price now seated alongside his coaches. He'll sit out the rest of this half, I'm sure. A little over 4 minutes to go. And there's a foul away from the basket. Foul is against Sally, is it? It's on Georgia Tech. Duke will get the ball. It's on John Sally. And so Duke now will go to the 1-and-1. So both teams are on the bonus with 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go. First foul on Sally. Boy, you're right about this guy Henderson. What a valuable asset he is for Mike Krzyzewski.
He made a foul shot that beat Georgia Tech earlier in the year.
Good rebounding by Petway. Fill that lane. Here comes Craig Neal. Lob inside, and little Amaker goes up to block down the lob pass. Amaker will fool you with the way he can jump.
He's made the difference in this team to a great degree this year by freeing Dawkins from all the ball handling responsibility.
Now it's Craig Neal getting open. Rebound is off to Duke. David Henderson. Duke now can get within 1 point. Oh, that would have been some pass, and almost happened, because if that had gotten by Petway, it would have been an open layup for Allery. Now Anthony Bird returns for Georgia Tech, replacing Neal. Bird's an excellent shooter, and he was recruited right out from the noses of North Carolina Stadium, from Apex, North Carolina. 3:55 to go in the first half. Dawkins, oh, that was a great feed inside and almost fumbled out of bounds by Henderson. Another dangerous pass picked up by Petway, racing with Dawkins. Here comes Petway. He's going to take it right in there.
Heck of a play. Fine defensive anticipation by Petway, as Mahar did not look where he was throwing the ball.
And a good no call on the possible charge. 25-20. Georgia Tech by 5, 3:25 to go in the first half. Amaker stripped again by Petway. This time he's fouled. I don't think it was Petway. I think it was Bird. They got him on the opposite side. Bird's second personal foul. Now back in for Duke is Todd Anderson. He played briefly here in the first half, then went out. He played a lot as a sophomore and as a freshman, but now he's been relegated down the list and getting a lot less playing time for Duke. 6'9" junior. Danny Mahar getting a breather. Well, look at those are biceps.
April 1st, he leaves Duke and goes to join the Canadian Olympic team. He's brushing up on a lot of courses now. Has to load up, as they say, and study that much harder in order to do that.
Well, now I'm going to give you the $64 question. What if Duke is playing in Seattle on April 1st? I don't think he'll go, do you?
I don't think he will.
Mahar now will try with a bonus shot. 4th highest assist year ever at Duke. That's what he had. 142 coming into this game. Got them both down with 3:22 to go in the first half. Timeout here with Georgia Tech leading by 3 again, 25-22.
My old nationwide wireless plan said they didn't charge me for roaming. Yeah, right. If I stayed in network, but if you can't even see the network, yoo-hoo! Network, I'm in the network. Oh, network. How do you stay in it?
There's no in or out of network with the new Singular Nation. You never pay roaming or long distance, even with your nationwide mobile-to-mobile minutes.
I call it my plan.
The new Singular Nation, another reason Singular fits you best.
The difference in carbs between Miller Lite and Coors Light is as little as 1.8 grams. The difference in taste is as big as the Rockies. Drink Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
Be a miracle if he makes it to 10. Be a miracle if he makes it to 15. Oh. Be a miracle if he makes it to 21. It's a miracle.
Be a miracle if she makes it to 10.
Great pizza. Who delivered?
No, it's not delivery.
This is delivery.
Want to bet?
For fresh baked pizza at home, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Cousin, sir, lost another bet? Yep.
Sunday on ESPN Classic.
Harder. What are you trying to prove?
His rage made him a force in the ring and a terror outside it. See Robert De Niro in his Academy Award-winning performance and meet the legend that inspired the role of a lifetime.
De Niro studied me, stayed with me, lived with me.
Raging Bull on Real Classics, hosted by Burt Reynolds, 8 p.m. Sunday, only on ESPN Classic.
The Big East Conference Championship game will be on ESPN Saturday, March 10th, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Live. That's from Madison Square Garden. So who will it be? Join us here on ESPN to see the champion of the Big East crown. There's some great players in that league, John. Pat Ewing, of course. Chris Mullen. There's another one.
Ewing is better and better with each game, Jim, and we look for him, of course, to stay and finish his collegiate career at Georgetown next year. They're a threat to North Carolina for the national championship.
I think more than any other team, they get it together. They certainly would be a threat with their powerful rebounding led by Ewing.
But Dalrymple isn't doing much scoring for Georgia Tech, but he's got 5 rebounds.
3-point lead. Georgia Tech now lead a little bit in jeopardy. Craig Neal's return. Here's Dalrymple back off the bench. Price, of course, out with 3 personal fouls. 3 minutes to go in the half. Shot clock still operating. This guy can pass. You got to watch Petway. Joseph on the inside with a spin. He's been a little bit strong with that shot, throwing up some bricks.
He's going to spend the summer hanging around that basket, shooting those short jumpers.
Joseph over the back goes McNeely, and he knew it. First foul on McNeely, and Joseph will come to the other end of the 1-and-1. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Georgia Tech's free throwing has hurt them here in the first half. They're only 3 out of 6. Bobby Cremins said he just went home and cried and almost went into hiding after his team led the regular season in South Carolina, only to lose in the tournament to NC State. They were 25-3 that year, John. That's when only the winner left went to the tournament, so South Carolina just had to stay at home. A little different now.
Those memories burn on, too, in your memory.
Well, that was a great team down there. They had Roach and Owens. John Reebok played in that year for Frank McGuire. Way short, loose ball. Who wants it? Georgia Tech got it, and a personal foul is going to be called on McNeely. Second foul on McNeely.
Both teams playing with incredible intensity out here. Everyone willing to hit the floor and get that ball.
I think McNeely was going for his head.
Yeah, you can see him on top there. He created a lot of contact.
Dalrymple is 0 for 2 at the line and has not scored, and he's a 13.7. Second leading scorer for Georgia Tech on the year. That's his first point.
Dalrymple and Price are the only two Georgia Tech players to score in double figures against Duke in the 2 games they've played prior to today.
18 and 14 here for Dalrymple, but he's got to get a move on. That's only his second point. He's in a battle with Kenny Smith for Rookie of the Year in the ACC, and you'd think Dalrymple might have the edge after Smith's long lapse in the injury.
Hey, with Price on the bench, Duke has got to get something out of Georgia Tech has got to get some other scoring out there.
Duke also is going to have to pick up some ground. They're still trailing by 6 with Price out of there. 2 minutes, 15 seconds ago. 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
There's the guy who can't get a shot off, Valerie.
No, he's just been silent. Valerie scored only 2 points.
He's been shooting sensationally recent games.
There he goes. Oh, he hit the back of the backboard. Valerie with his own rebound. They reset the shot clock at 45, and here's Dawkins through traffic. Look at that spin. Valerie follows. That's the way he scored his other basket, was on a tap in.
That's a reward for going to the board. Sometimes you get the right bounce, and Valerie got paid off then by his hustle.
28-24. Dalrymple, a marvelous athlete he is for Bobby Cremins.
Boy, does Georgia Tech miss Price's shooting ability now.
There's Dalrymple on the weak side. Duke's putting a lot more pressure now from their sticking man-to-man defense. Neal, oh, what a feed to Dalrymple. What a play by Neal. Made it easy for Dalrymple.
Neal was tough, he's quick.
30-24, Tech back up to a 6-point lead. Hopes are rising in Atlanta today. A long time since Georgia Tech's been a viable threat in basketball, and they're definitely that here in 1984. There goes McNeely. Ball tipped over to Petway. McNeely tried to draw a charge, but wasn't. Now we're 41 seconds on the game clock, 36 seconds on the shot clock. Georgia Tech can hold it down to about 3 seconds if they want to, or maybe 4, take a shot.
They just want one more shot.
They're going to try to take a good short hop pickup there by Petway. One more shot. They want to shoot with about 4, maybe 5 seconds to go. Not give Duke enough time to come back, but give themselves enough time to follow. 15 seconds. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock, 13 on the game clock. Boy, Neal fires it in, and it's out the shoulder of Dalrymple out of bounds. They turn it over with 7 seconds to go.
I think Dalrymple should have had that ball.
That's good strategy, wasn't it? Anderson comes out. Duke comes back in with Mahar. I'm surprised Georgia Tech's not pressing here. Make them use some time. They're down out of 4 seconds. Dawkins from 25 feet. Whoa, that would have been a big one had it gone, and almost did. But that's the end of the first half. Georgia Tech hanging on to the lead. The score, Georgia Tech 30 and Duke 24.
Mort Rainey was a master storyteller.
I don't believe I know you. I know you.
But hidden in one of his old stories.
Remember Secret Window?
Is a secret that has come to life.
I'd like to know what I'm dealing with here.
You don't want to know.
Johnny Depp. Secret Window, rated PG-13. In theaters March 12th.
I'm Chris Fowler, host of Sports Century. Join us for an all-new season featuring world premiere shows. These are the profiles that reveal the person behind the legend, that uncover the heart that drove a team to greatness, and take us inside the unforgettable games that became part of sports history. These are the stories you don't know, told by the people and players that do. Don't miss the world premieres. It's all part of a new season of the award-winning Sports Century, 8 p.m. weeknights, only on ESPN Classic.
Now showing on Channel 538, the Last Chance channel from Dish On Demand pay-per-view. This movie is available for the special price of only $1.99, but time is running out. See it now before it's gone for good. Channel 538, the Last Chance channel, where great movies are always $1.99 from Dish On Demand pay-per-view.
Even as a kid, I believed in giving people more for their money. I'm Roger Riney. I started Scottrade to take care of online investors like nobody else. With $7 trades, no transaction fees on thousands of mutual funds, and offices nationwide. Click, call, or stop by Scottrade today.
Back at the Greensboro Coliseum, I'm Jim Thacker with John Andres. And John, Duke's going to have to come up with a little more scoring punch, I think, if they're going to handle Georgia Tech in this one. They're trailing right now at the half by 6.
Incredible. Mark Allery 2 for 8 in the first half, and although he had 10 rebounds, but Allery throughout the season has shot 58% from the field, and lately he's been on fire. So that's the big story scoring-wise, I think, for Duke. Johnny Dawkins also not shooting well. He's got his 10 points, but he's only 4 out of 12.
Well, Henderson, who averages almost 14, has only 2 points. Danny Mahar, who scores over 8 a game on the average, has not scored. So they got a lot of troubles for the Duke team does. Georgia Tech looked like they were going to run away. They had a 9-point lead in good position, and then suddenly their offense went sour.
Well, you know, very interesting too here. You can take a specific look at the scoring now for Georgia Tech. A lot of balance. That's the name of this first half. And very interesting with Price only 6 points, and still the team is doing well. So great credit goes to Tech for their balance. They're not just depending on their two. And here's Duke, of course. Johnny Dawkins leading the way. And Mark Allery is the key man. He's got to get more into the flow.
Now the key here is how long Mark Price can go before he picks up his 4th foul.
Well, I'm curious. He's not going to be matched up here. We can see they've made the adjustment. He will not be guarding Dawkins. That was the key in the first half.
They're going to put Dalrymple on Dawkins. Price will take Amaker. Let's see if Duke tries to go to Amaker some here. Maybe try to get him to penetrate and draw a foul. I would think more of Duke will just stick to its offense. Dawkins taking it from the outside. Johnny Dawkins gets the job done. That's what Krzyzewski wanted. Hit the first basket. 30-26.
The thing with Dawkins is, like, Dalrymple was so happy Dawkins didn't run around him, but he just found out that you can't even give him a foot or he'll hit the top of the key.
He's showing daylight. He's like Price. Joseph on the low post. What a dangerous pass. Here comes Dalrymple, beats his man for a layup, and Duke's got the rebound.
The third shot he's missed from under the basket.
Those are very costly. Duke could cut it to 2 here, and here goes Dawkins around his man to score. 14 points as Duke comes roaring out with both guns blazing. Cut it down to 2.
Dawkins makes that announcement to you when you're being guarded by him. He'll say in so many words, how do you want it? How do you want me to kill you?
Look at here. Really, it's Sally and a reach-in foul, and that will be Billis. And I think that's going to be his 4th. 4 fouls on Jay Billis, the Duke center. He took a glance down toward Mike Krzyzewski, but I think they're going to have to get him out of there. And they'll lose a lot of size because it will be Henderson, I'm sure, with his experience coming in. 4 fouls on Jay Billis. 6'8" center. Billis goes out, and coming in, David Henderson. They lose a little beef on that exchange. Henderson 6'5", 3 inches shorter, and a few pounds lighter.
Mark Price has a lot of decisions to make when he gets the ball. Does he penetrate, or does he just go to the outside shots? If he drives, he's going to risk the foul of committing the chance of committing a fourth foul. And Georgia Tech desperately needs him to start scoring.
Georgia Tech 6 for 10 at the free throw line in the first half, missing the first chance here in the second half. And Sally will try again. Johnny Dawkins coming hard, and Price is down there. Dawkins, and it's scooped up by Georgia Tech. Joseph got away with a push-off, and Joseph controlling the ball.
What a play Price made, stealing that ball and a deflection from Dawkins.
And here's Dalrymple again, stripped away by Mahar. Amaker comes out with it and double dribbles, palming over. Turnover to Duke. Bobby Crimmins came off the bench like he wanted to challenge that call, and Joe Forney just stared him down.
Amaker losing the ball there.
It was after that Amaker actually turned it over. 30-28, 2-point lead by Georgia Tech. Duke's putting on a big charge here. Here goes Price from the outside. Mahar saves it in, and now Joseph gets a hand on it, and Duke will get it.
Price complaining that he was fouled. He's got to get the shots up. Georgia Tech needs him to score.
Second half's only 2 minutes old, and Duke can tie the score. 30-28. Georgia Tech led by 9 in the first half and 6 in the half. This could tie for Henderson. And Dawkins got a hand on the ball. Now Dalrymple claims it. Here comes Price on Amaker. Price just pulls up with a 3 foul, and Petway pushes off to get that rebound. First foul on Petway. First foul against Tech in the second half as Krzyzewski just takes a long, hard look. Look at that little grin on the face of Crimmins. He's something else. He said he's the only coach in the ACC played for an ACC team, winning team. You know, the only other coach that played for an ACC team not coaching here? Lefty Drizzle.
Lefty, right?
Yeah, played for Duke, as a matter of fact.
But he didn't play on a championship team like Crimmins did, right?
Crimmins the only one. Dawkins, Lowry could tie the score. Yep.
That's where he works best.
Tied for the 4th time, and Duke has taken only 2.5 minutes to get even here in the second half. That's anybody's ball game. See how Georgia Tech accepts this challenge here. Going to Joseph. Dalrymple again. Oh, I thought he was going to lose that one. John, you just mentioned how many he had missed in there, but that one goes down.
Well, that's very important for Tech that somebody in the backcourt starts scoring.
Great pass inside to Lowry, and a personal foul on Joseph. Number 1 on Yvonne Joseph.
Look at that physique, huh?
Oh, I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to take him on anywhere. 32-30, Georgia Tech bidding for only their 2nd ACC tournament victory since joining the conference. They're 1-4. That's the 5th year they're in the league. Now Henderson with a fake, got around his man. Henderson.
Well, he succeeded.
It's not going to count.
He got Petway to leave the ground, which is what you want to do, but he committed the violation.
So that's a turnover to Georgia Tech out of backcourt. Danny Mahar now. The man there, and Georgia Tech will try to add to its 2-point lead. Oh, there's Price being guarded by Amaker now. Oh, look at Petway go around his man. Now Ripple got a hand on it, and now Petway has it stripped away by Amaker. Georgia Tech will put it in play, but Dalrymple's the guy who kept that ball in Georgia Tech hands on that exchange. Inside Sally has to bring it out of the lanes. Now Petway. Here comes Amaker for Duke. 3-on-2. Amaker right side. Beautiful play by Henderson, and he's fouled. And Duke could take the lead right here.
Crowd loves it. Crowd loves good basketball. Freshman Amaker delivering a very difficult pass. Henderson keeping his lane disciplined very well, got rewarded.
Now Henderson will be trying for it. Watch it another angle.
Look at that tough pass.
This is to give Georgia Tech the lead. First time they've led since early in the game. It was the second foul on Ivan Joseph. As Duke goes back in the lead now by 1, 33-32.
Tech going to play with 3 guards now.
Well, they did this a lot in the first half. You know, Neal with Price. Price almost cooks into him. That was a great feed to Joseph for a layup. Duke Gamble on the pressing defense. Georgia Tech made him pay the price, and Tech now goes back in the lead, 34-33. 16 minutes to go. Tapped away by Sally, and Georgia Tech comes up with another turnover.
Fine play by Sally.
That ball was fumbled away. Georgia Tech turns it right back. Credit Dawkins with that play because he made a good overplay. 15:43 to go. Timeout with the score. Georgia Tech 34, Duke 33.
Fact. Scientists now know there are 3 major causes of male hair loss. Fact. The newly patented Follicare hair growth and restoration system is the first product that fights all 3 of these hair killers at the same time. Fact. In testing by an independent lab, 100% of men using Follicare grew new hair in just 8 weeks. That's right, 100% of men grew new hair, and you will too. We guarantee it.
I was going bald. Then I started to use Follicare, and there's a lot more hair there in a very short period of time. It's a great product.
Folicare's patented formula works for thinning hair or on an annoying bald spot. Here's why we lose our hair as we age. First, blood flow decreases and not enough oxygen and key nutrients reach our follicles. Second, the chemical DHT builds up in hair follicles and causes them to shrink. And third, we don't get enough of the nutrients needed to grow healthy hair. Follicare fights all of these hair killers with over 50 key ingredients that together help you grow and keep your own hair. Single approach products can't give you the incredible results that Follicare can. Follicare was developed by Dr. Chris Catalfo, who at 28 years old was rapidly going bald. Desperate, Dr. Catalfo attacked all the reasons for his hair loss at once and now has a full head of hair. His research gave us Follicare. It takes less than 5 minutes a day to use and costs less than a cup of coffee. And unlike some other products, there are no unwanted sexual side effects.
Unless you actually put this on your head, there's no way in the world that you're going to understand how good it is.
Have you ever heard a guy say, gee, I wish I were bald? No! Don't wait to get to this point to do something about hair loss. You too will grow hair with the patented Follicare system. We guarantee it or your money back.
You can fight hair loss, and Follicare guarantees it. Grow new hair in just 8 weeks or your money back. Unlike other products, Follicare costs as little as $1 a day. That's right, grow hair for only $1 a day. Call 1-800-495-1359 now. Follicare is easy, it's patented, and it works. Don't wait. Call 1-800-495-1359 or visit Follicare.com and start growing hair today.
Well, there's the Yellow Jacket trying to give it to some of the Duke fans and getting a little bit right back. It's a fun time here in Greensboro, and officials, Hank Nichols on your left, Joe Forty facing you, and that's Jim Birch on your right. Doing a pretty good job.
They're under great pressure at all times. Right now, Duke coming back into the game with their second half shooting, 4 out of 5, 80%. Georgia Tech a little cold now, 2 out of 7.
And Duke can regain the lead with a basket here. A lot of time to go, 15.5 minutes. Lowry way outside. Lowry's not getting his inside shots, and here comes Price on the break for Georgia Tech. Right side, Neal pulls up, and rebound will be by Georgia Tech, and fired by Joseph. Ivan Joseph on the follow. He and Dalrymple fought for the ball. 36-33, 4 straight points now by Tech since Duke took the lead.
Sally and Joseph are making Georgia Tech invincible underneath the hoop.
Duke's going to have to get something going on the outside. Henderson driving through. Oh, that was some collision there. Wow, a charging foul is going to be chalked up to Henderson. That'll be his second foul and the second team foul. That had to hurt, John.
Boy, Henderson
really
made some commitment to the air here.
It's a total wipeout here. Watch this.
What vigor now. Commits his entire body to the air and then has the big guy fall on him. Lucky he did not get severely hurt.
We're 5 minutes into the second half. Georgia Tech led by 6 at the halftime. They've given up the lead here in the second half, but now come back to be on top. 36-33. 45-second clock will run until 4 minutes remain in the game. Joseph really pulling the push off. Joseph really wiped out Mahar.
Joseph He agrees, but his coach didn't.
Now watch this. Watch the left hand. Look at that. You know, Mahar's a tough kid,
now,
too.
Can you imagine the strength on Joseph to do that? Because Mahar is all body.
Oh, he is strong. And Joseph just put him on the mat with a big forearm. 36-33 gives Duke a chance to come back within one. And there's a blocking foul on Sally.
Well, that's the only way to do it. You got to go at the strength and try and get some fouls on Joseph and Sally. Mahar picking out Allery, who has great position.
2 shots, guys.
Pete Godet, the assistant coach to Mike Krzyzewski yesterday, we're looking at Bobby Cremens right now, was telling me that he could give clinics on Allery
2 shots.
getting position. He said Allery is absolutely perfect at getting position, using his frame, his body. And we saw an example of it there.
These are big points. Duke's picking up. They're back within 2. 21 games of straight figure score, double figure scoring for Mark Allery. He now has 7 points. Spent last summer in Asia on an All-Star tour. That helped his game. Now it's 36-35. Tech's lead's been whittled to 1.
Johnny Dawkins has been quiet, Jim.
Yep. You're going more of the big guys, I think, now, John, rather than the guard. Inside Joseph on a power move, and Neal tried to bank it off a Duke player, and it backfired. Here comes Dawkins. Dawkins, Henderson on his right. Dawkins, double fake.
Well, so much for Dawkins being quiet.
Yeah, he just woke up.
In the open court, he is special.
Duke's back in the lead, 37-36. 14 minutes remaining. You feel this one going on the wire, John?
Sure do. Why not? The other 2 games were settled by a total of 3 points.
Each winning away from home. There's Price, and Price feeds right into Salad. Boy, that Price is some heady ball player. Duke should have had that ball, and here comes Price, the redhead from Oklahoma.
Great to play with a man who, when you get free, you know you're going to get the ball. That's what Price does.
There's a jump shot coming the other way by Henderson. Henderson has been a key man for Duke all year. Puts the Blue Devils back in the lead. That's the 6th time the lead has changed hands. Now 13 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Gotta hurry. Right, Duke put a clamp on a pretty good man. Now Price beats his man. DeSalle back to Price over his head. Price looked like he was ducking that.
Sally's got to learn that everyone isn't as tall as him. He thought Price could see him, but he couldn't.
Duke's got the lead of the ball, and Allery's open. Now the crowd's really getting in the game for Duke. This is the biggest lead of the ball game.
Hey,
3
this is the
points.
14th ranked team in the country, Duke. People are expecting Duke to win, and Georgia Tech came out and surprised them early.
There's Dalrymple, the other end for Georgia Tech. Price drives in there, gets the ball, and takes it up for a layup and did get it. And now up goes Salad, he's fouled. Underneath him was Dawkins on the jump. Dawkins moved underneath the man, and you got to give him time to room to come down.
Well, this is where Duke pays for its lack of height underneath the basket. Although Price came in with a spectacular effort there. Just shot it up desperately, hoped what happened happened, and that is Sally, his teammate, got the ball.
Dawkins moved underneath him. Team foul number 3 now against Duke in the second half. So Georgia Tech gets the ball, trailing by 3 still, 41-38. Sally's open. He didn't believe it. John Sally, somebody missed assignment on that.
Absolutely.
1-point lead. Allery down low. Allery warming up.
Committed himself to the air and then had to turn and face the hoop.
43-40. Another 3-point lead by Duke. Allery now has scored 6 points here. 8 points. And less than 8 minutes in the second half. Here's Price on the move. Price winning. Good rebound by David Henderson. Duke can take its biggest lead of the game here. Allery. Boy, was that some pass from Amaker. Allery definitely has come to life. Georgia Tech has to have a timeout with 11:50 to go. The game may be getting away. It's now Duke 45, Georgia Tech 40.
Lost over 42 pounds in less than 4 months.
I've lost over 50 pounds of fat.
I lost 33 pounds, and 100% of that
was fat. Today I'm down 51 pounds and 9 inches around my waist.
Introducing the Nautilus Tread Climber, a machine so innovative it cuts your workout time in half, yet it feels as easy as walking. Call now for a free video or DVD that shows you how Tread Climber can change your body. The Tread Climber's innovative treadles let you step up as you walk forward. With each step, you do twice the work in one easy motion.
In 30 minutes, you can do twice the amount of work that you would on just an average cardio machine.
The Tread Climber is made in the USA by Nautilus and is backed by a 5-year warranty. Now you can own one with no money down and affordable financing.
I haven't been this light in over 15 years, and I feel great.
When I look in the mirror, I see a sexy Maddie.
Call and get a free video or DVD, or visit us at nautilusdirect.com today.
Well, it'll be Jacksonville Bulls versus the Tampa Bay Bandits, Saturday, March 10th, and the USFL here on ESPN. Join Jim Simpson and Don Heinrich. Should be an interesting game as you follow the ESPN here with the USFL. That's Saturday, March 10th.
Jim, talk about reversing things. In less than 1 quarter of play, Duke has turned things around with their shooting. They've outscored Georgia Tech 21-10, but the reason is Allery and Dawkins, who were 6 for 20 combined in the first half, are now 7 for 8.
Well, Allery definitely has come to life. He has scored 10 points in the second half in about 8 minutes. Mark Price hasn't done anything here in the second half. He's playing with 3 fouls. That might be on his mind.
Dalrymple back in the lineup.
Also have Anthony Bird in there. They've taken Joseph out for a rest.
Look at the pressure by Duke defensively. How far out they're challenging the dribbler.
Yep, they're really putting pressure. Not only on the ball, they're putting pressure on the weak side all over the court.
Look at Mahar working on Sally inside. Oh, that's a play by Mahar.
Nice. I tell you, if Sally gets his hands on that one, he'd probably get a layup.
That's right, but Mahar was quick enough to avoid that.
5-point lead by Duke.
Look at Mahar working on Sally. Mahar to the right there underneath 45.
6 straight points by Duke to get here. There goes Sally on Mahar. They leave Petway open on the side. He's way short.
Oh, Mahar's doing some job.
Duke, and now here's Henderson back to Allery. And he's going to have to clear it out. Duke will set it up, leading by 5. 45-40. 45-second shot continues to run here in the ACC tournament. Mahar over Petway. Yep. Mahar is a different man here in the second half. That's his 12th point.
That's Allery, Jim.
I mean Allery. I'm sorry, I meant Allery.
What a move by Allery.
12 points he scored in 9.5 minutes. Price around his man. That's the first point for Mark Price in the second half. And Georgia Tech sorely needs his input.
He and Dalrymple, who's been quiet. Dalrymple, the second leading scorer on this Tech team.
Only 6 points today, only 2 in the second half. Just about the midway point in the second half now. 10 minutes to go.
Mahar will not shoot the basketball.
Now he just gets it, puts it back in. Henderson will shoot. Here goes Henderson. Ball stripped away by a foul on Dalrymple. Number 2 on Bruce Dalrymple. Watch it again.
Look at that pick by Mahar that wasn't needed, but Dalrymple coming in there and committing that foul.
Team foul situation now is 6 against Georgia Tech, only 3 against Duke. 1 more, and the Blue Devils will start the 1-1. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Some of the Duke fans thought they should have had a shot, but the reach-in was before the shot.
Tech now in his zone.
Probably just the inbounds pass, wouldn't you think? I think he'll get back to the man. Henderson, he's a good perimeter shooter. Good rebound by Sally. Now Price winning the break for Georgia Tech. Price takes it in all the way. Price beginning to get his touch back now. That's 10 points for the little Pan American star.
What a pleasure to watch him operate.
Cuts the Duke lead back to 3, 47-44. Inside pass picked off. Here comes Price again. Price on Amaker. Price going to give it to... Oh, great touch pass to Petway. And a foul on the play. That could be a 3-pointer to tie the score. And Georgia Tech has bounced back. Foul is against Allery.
What a play. What a pass by Sally. Everybody keeping their Lane discipline, as we mentioned before, and Sally makes the pass of the day right there. What a beautiful pass. Petway just lived his life and got a nice shot. Here's another great look at it. That's 3 men running the lane fast break perfectly.
Petway did a great job protecting the ball, too, when he went up there. Gave Allery no chance to block. That ties it up. So 5 unanswered points by Georgia Tech, and we're tied for the 5th time with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
What a game.
Here goes Dawkins, though. And a dish off, and Price has got an open court. Here comes Henderson, but Price will score.
Price is so much faster than he looks. I mean, he just beats everybody down the court.
7 straight points. Georgia Tech retakes the lead. Duke has to circle the wagons. They call timeout with 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go. And the score now is Georgia Tech 49, Duke 47. We'll be right back.
Pick it up, Stinky.
Me? You got no stamina.
Only Odor Eaters has new Sorbitex technology to absorb sweat and destroy odor on contact.
Get tough with foot odor.
Get Odor Eaters Ultra Durable insoles.
Welcome to the wireless age. Got your HP Pavilion ZT3020 notebook PC featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology. Your HP camera and wireless printer. Setting it up was easy, right, Techno Boy? Because you went to CompUSA for that state-of-the-art HP engineering. Then CompUSA came over, set it up, and trained you for free. Who else gives you so much attention? CompUSA, unmatched.
Baby Ruth is the real deal. And being the real deal is about what's on the inside. Whole roasted peanuts, chewy nougat, creamy caramel. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal.
On the next Cheap Seats, the thrill of victory meets just plain agony. The boys are spanning the globe with ABC's Wide World of Sports. They'll take you inside the mind of a cliff diver. Plus, wrist wrestling out of control. And what people did before reality shows.
You know he's gonna pull something.
Cheap Seats, 10 p.m. tonight, only on ESPN Classic.
It's gonna get ugly.
On ESPN Sunday, you see the NCAA Division I Men's Indoor Track Championships from the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. It'll be rocking Sunday, March 11th. ESPN brings you that championship, so join us at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. Olympics coming up, so track and field takes on Attucks and Bifkits here in 1984.
Georgia Tech's hit its last 4 shots. Their percentage is now 45% for the half. They're coming back. Duke 10 out of 13, 77%.
Duke needs a basket now to get back into a tie. Trailing by 2. Now there was Mahar with a man on his hip. Rebound, falls forward. Georgia Tech saves. Bad plays to Allery right out of the Duke basket. Boy, you don't want to do that. You don't want to keep the ball back and play under the other team's basket, John. That's a no-no.
Particularly when you got a great shooter like Allery, who will make 60% of his shots.
49-49, tied for the 5th time. Lead changed hands 7 times. Now Dalrymple moves inside, gets a double shuffle up and in.
What strength to be able to do that.
Georgia Tech goes right back in the lead. Under 8 minutes remaining now. Winner plays North Carolina in the semifinals.
What a reward, huh, for victory?
Don't have to think about that until tonight. Well, Henderson had an open shot. There's a block. Here goes Allery, draws the foul, and it's on Petway. I thought it was Price for a moment, but it's Petway in his second.
Thought that might have been a goaltend by Sally.
That's close. See what you think.
Take a look at number 22 now when that shot goes up. What he does. Ooh,
that's close. Very close. Could have been coming down. Actually, if Henderson would have just kept to his left, he'd had a layup.
That's right.
He made a fake, and he should have kept going. He had the man on his right hip and wasn't aware of it.
Mark Allery's done some job here in the third quarter of play. We're just about well into the fourth quarter now. He scored the last 10 points for Duke, make that 11.
Well, I'll tell you, 15 of his 19 points have come here in the second half in 12 and a half minutes. 22nd straight game he's been in double figures. Hasn't missed a free throw today. That's 20 points now for Allery. 51-51, tied for the 7th time. The possessions are becoming very important now. The shot clock only has 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Inside Saleh for Georgia Tech, won't go. Now Duke gets the ball, the tie score. Whoever breaks the tie is going to have a little advantage. Coming down toward the end of the shot clock. If you get down to 4 minutes, John, you really need to have the lead. If you don't, the other team will spread it out. There's the ball, lost out of bounds by Duke.
Get the feeling, Jim, that this game is not going to see much more than a 4-point lead from this point on.
Bobby Cremins is going to be hoarse for a month.
One of these teams is just going to run out of time, you know?
That'll happen. Under 6 minutes to go now. Less than 2 minutes of shot clock. There goes Price inside. Comes into Saleh. Price on a beautiful penetration, and Saleh slams it home, and Tech leads it by 2.
What body control by Price, who's playing with 3 fouls. Just doing it perfectly.
Now big possession by Duke. Duke knows it needs to score here. 2.5 minutes left on the shot clock. And Dawkins will take it right up inside, and he got it. What a clutch shot that was by Johnny Dawkins. 18 points for him.
Moving toward the basket, so difficult to make a jump shot.
Now what happened here? Price is going to go to the sideline. May have lost a shoelace, or he may have gotten hurt.
Well, he's hurting.
Yeah, he's got the cramp. I can't tell. But he walked off under his own power, but they need that little guy in there.
I'm wondering if it might just be a groin injury.
I don't know, but he's been a key player. Let's see if we can see. There's Price with the center of your screen right there. See, coming out on Dawkins. He cuts the other way. Nice seems to be all right there as Dawkins puts up the shot. Didn't see anything out of the way there. They'll have to take him out or take a timeout. They take him out and bring in Craig Neal, also bring in Anthony Bird.
Every second he's out of the game for Tech, it's critical.
Oh, down the rim, a super feed to Saleh. That's just as pretty as Price could have done, and Tech breaks the tie to regain the lead, 55-53.
Value of penetration. Dalrymple penetrated, drew the attention, and then found the open man.
Only a minute 45 left on the shot clock. Duke trailing by 2. Bigger possession than the last one. That's when Dawkins scored. Inside Allery, yep, he is there, and he charges. A push off by Allery. He pushed Anthony Bird. Allery's 4th foul. Duke gives up the ball, and John, that just could turn out to be a very pivotal play.
Well, good ball reversal, very dangerous. Bird passes it in.
Oh, right there.
Very clear. It's very clear what happened.
Big elbow. Now Georgia Tech gets the ball with a 2-point lead, and Price comes back in. There's the foul trouble. Billis and Allery 4-apiece. Price and Joseph 3 apiece. Joseph is not in the lineup, but Price is. Price jump stop, and his shot is blocked. Duke's got a chance to tie the score with 5:20 remaining. Henderson, Allery, Amaker, Dawkins, and Billis. That's Henderson drilling it home. 9 points for David Henderson. 55-55 tie.
David excels under pressure.
He's from Manson, North Carolina, but you know that's near Roxborough, and you know who's from Roxborough? Country Slaughter. That's a great name up there. Here comes Dalrymple across with the little man on him. Oh, tough break. Allery's got the ball taken away by Price. Into Dalrymple for the layup, and he draws the foul. Price makes the big play for Georgia Tech.
Look at that spirit, too, of Price.
I think it might have been Billis on the foul.
Teammates working it out. Oh,
that's 5 fouls going to be on Billis.
Don't present that ball to me, Mark Price is saying, and he got that Got that turnover right to the right guy.
Duke loses at center with 4:50 to go. Only one more possession, we would guess, of the shot clock, and it'll be off. There's Billis out of the game, only 2 points, 5 rebounds. He's an 8-point average. Big free throw by Dalrymple.
Excellent foul shooter, makes 76% throughout the season.
He's a Crimmins type, a workaholic he is. That's exactly the way Bobby was as a player, and he loves this guy, Dalrymple. There's Billis through for the day. 57-55, Georgia Tech by 2. Duke has to score here, or they're going to face a Georgia Tech delay, and with Price in there, that could be deadly. Shot clock is going to be off after this possession. Shot clock is running here. Duke has got 25 seconds to get off a shot. Then there'll be 4 minutes left in the game. Shot clock is to 15 seconds, and Amaker will take the shot to tie the score.
Man, I didn't think he saw the basket. He just went up in the air, and then he seemed to look.
Now there's no more shot clock, I don't think. It's off.
How about for a freshman? What a key shot that was by Amaker.
Mark Price driving on Dawkins. They're still showing the shot clock. They must not turn it off till you get to the 4-minute mark here. Price inside, Petway. Now Dalrymple's open. Rebound is down by Henderson, and a pushing foul on Dalrymple.
Strange foul, strange foul.
It could have been a travel, or it could have been.
Absolutely.
They're still showing the 45-second, but I think the shot clock is out of it, isn't it, John? The final 4 minutes.
That's our understanding that it goes off.
Bruce Dalrymple getting a word there from Bobby Crimmins. There's the time remaining, 3:52. Duke can regain the lead. It'll be a 1-1 to David Henderson. Henderson a big shot a while ago to get the Blue Devils back even. He scored 9 points on the game. He won 3 with last-second shots this year, so he's definitely used to the pressure. Very talented young man. 1-1. Oh boy, that's a big one. Duke has regained the lead. Well, Bobby Crimmins knows now pressure will be on his team when they come down. Less than 4 minutes to go. Two softens by David Henderson. We got a timeout. 8 seconds under 4 minutes left in the game. And Duke has regained the lead by 2 points at 59-57. And we'll be back to see what happens next.
Borg Invasion 4D opens March 18th at the Las Vegas Hilton.
If you've got 1 hour, we've got the greatest games in history. Each night, a classic game from a different sport. Each night, 1 hour. Pick up a classic to go. Take the all-new Classic drive-through, 9 p.m. weeknights, only on ESPN Classic.
His rage made him a force in the ring and a terror outside it. Raging Bull, the movie and an inside look on Real Classics with host Burt Reynolds, 8 p.m. Sunday, only on ESPN Classic.
Over 1 million understand its strength. It can improve your energy, your shape. This is Bowflex Power Rod technology, and it can only be found on genuine Bowflex equipment, like the new Bowflex Extreme. Now you can get the results you want, the exercises you need, all at an affordable price. You've never seen this Bowflex before. Call 1-800-675-9973 now and get the new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Getting a high-performance body has never been more affordable. Just look for real Bowflex Power Rod technology, proven effective at burning fat and building muscle. Now you can own the new Extreme for no money down and only $19 a month. The Bowflex Extreme is not available in stores. You know you're ready. Let Bowflex help you get there. Call now and get your professional quality Bowflex for only $19 a month.
Well, this is the ACC Tournament, and it's just part of the greatest basketball schedule ever here on ESPN. And the NCAA Tournament Trail kicks off March the 13th on Tuesday, and ESPN is your ticket to courtside seat for a total of 25 games in the NCAA. We hope you'll be with us. Timeouts remaining. Georgia Tech and Duke with each with 2. 3 minutes, 52 seconds to go. No more shot clock. Georgia Tech has the ball, and the onus is on the Yellow Jackets. They're trailing by 2 points.
Duke shot 32% in the first half. Second half, 74%.
Wow. Duke's back in the zone now with the lead. Duke going to force Georgia Tech to put it up the outside. Tech's got plenty of time, over 3.5 minutes. What they need is a good shot, and that is Mark Price to tie it.
That's his layup.
Boy, that is his meat. We're all tied for the 10th time in the game. Now let's see if Georgia Tech goes to a zone. Yep. Nope. They're going to go man to man, but they're going to play very soft, John. Almost like a zone. Very soft man to man, and they're keeping Sally close to the basket. Duke spreading out here. Well, Duke might be content to just hold it down for a last shot.
Price is back on Dawkins.
3 minutes to go exactly. There's no clock now that forces Duke to shoot. Now with a tie score, Georgia Tech has got to come out. The rules say they may force the action, but now force the action is enclosed in quotation marks. All that means the guy's got to move out there close. Just what Price did right there. That forces the action.
Key men now are Allery, number 32 at the foul line, and Johnny Dawkins.
Here comes
top left of the screen.
Now Jim Birch just waved Georgia Tech to come out. Now he doesn't have to tell them anymore. It could be a technical foul if they don't come out. And Mahar's out here. Sally's guarding him. They're pulling Sally away from the basket, which is a smart move on Duke's part. Well, Sally's a shot blocker. Only one Georgia Tech really has. We're tied at 59. Duke now has run off over a minute, or exactly 2 minutes to go.
Question now is, can Duke protect the ball and not turn it over with an error?
Well, I think as long as Georgia Tech has this type defense, John, that won't be a problem. If Georgia Tech comes out and starts putting on pressure, then Georgia Tech's taking a gamble to open up the back door. So sort of a cat and mouse thing right here now. We're down 1:40. Well, as long as Duke's got the ball, they're in command with a tie score. As long as they keep the ball down with the last shot, don't turn over, don't foul, they can't lose.
2 minutes of holding the ball now.
1:25 to go. Georgia Tech's applying a little bit more pressure. And that time Mahar almost got behind the defense. There's the time down in the right-hand corner. Score tied. Almost got trapped in there. Now 1:05. It's a long time to hold the ball. 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Tech has to be aware now of each other. They have to help because someone's going to break out and go for that hoop.
Less than a minute to go. Henderson double team, and he's fouled. Foul is on Dalrymple, the 4th on him.
I don't like it.
That was a close call, but
it's a soft foul.
That's going to put Henderson on the line, and he's a clutch player. He's in his last 3 free throws. 53 seconds to go. Of course, Georgia Tech can't just idly stand there and let Duke come down and take a shot at winning the game. They have to do something. What they did was foul. They went for the tie-up, and Georgia Tech's going to use a timeout. Well, those are costly timeouts now. Tech is down to only 1. 53 seconds to go. Duke has held the ball for 3 minutes with a tie score. Let's see what happens.
Over 8 million drivers feel really good riding with Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Give your engine what it wants. Pennzoil with time release protection helps keep engines running stronger, longer. Not just oil, Pennzoil.
I'm Stanley Johnson. I've got a great family. I've got a 4-bedroom house in a great community. Like my car? It's new. I even belong to the local golf club. How do I do it? I'm in debt up to my eyeballs.
Need a smart way to consolidate your debt? At LendingTree.com, you can combine all your separate high-interest charges into one low monthly payment. Call 1-800-737-6219.
I can barely pay my finance charges.
Right now, you can take advantage of home equity rates as low as 3.75%, and your interest may be tax deductible.
Somebody help me.
Come to LendingTree.com, where banks compete and you choose the loan that's right for you. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com. Call 1-800-737-6219.
I'm Chris Fowler, host of Sports Century. Join us for an all-new season featuring world premiere shows. These are the profiles that reveal the person behind the legend, that uncover the heart that drove a team to greatness, and take us inside the unforgettable games that became part of sports history. These are the stories you don't know, told by the people and players that do. Don't miss the world premieres. It's all part of the new season of the award-winning Sports Century, 8 p.m. weeknights, only on ESPN Classic.
Looking at the foul problems, Duke has lost Billis, their center. Allery's playing with 4. Dalrymple playing with 4 for Tech, and Price and Joseph 3 apiece, although Joseph has not been on the floor lately. But the key situation now is the upcoming free throw opportunity for David Henderson. Bobby Cremins may have been using a little psychology when he called that timeout. Let Henderson ponder the importance of this shot because the score is tied and less than a minute to go. So Henderson got a chance to be a hero. He scored double figures both times against Tech, and today he has double figures. Total of 11. Big free throw, front end. Oh, he gets the roll. Duke goes ahead. Now the second one also becomes important because Georgia Tech's going to have plenty of time to come down and find a good shot. So he needs to ensure here that Duke would still have a tie if Tech scores. There it is, 2-point lead by Duke. Lead has changed hands 8 times, and we've had 10 ties in this one. There's the time. 48 seconds counting down. Georgia Tech with the ball. They're down by 2. It's almost a must situation for them. It's absolutely. And they got their guy Price. Yep. How about that? Mark Price. Clutch base. Twice in a row he's done that. And the score is tied at 61.
Wow, that's the stuff legends are made out of when they talk about ACC playoffs.
Boy, is he some great player. 25 seconds to go now. Duke again trying to wait for the last shot. Dalrymple. Now they'll be smart to keep this ball in Henderson down because Dalrymple's got 4 fouls. Stolen away by Petway. Petway's got it. 10 seconds to go. And Georgia Tech can try to win the game right here. Price wants to draw a foul. It is Price. Price up for the shot. No. And Duke will come down with it with Wall, and we're going to go to overtime. Whoa, what a finish that was. Oh, boy. Overtime coming up between Duke and Georgia Tech. Price tried all the way. Did not spend the timeout. They only had 1 left. Had to keep 1 in the hand. And so who gets the momentum here? I'd say it's about even up, John.
What a ball game. We got some overtime stats to give you in a minute or so.
All right, now we'll tell you we're tied. 61-61 into regulation. Jump ball coming up to start the overtime.
Hello.
How is it?
Amazing service. Breathtaking scenery. Lonely.
You've got your whole company for company.
Honey, I like your company. Oh, you should have seen the buffet last night.
Nice, huh?
Heartbreaking.
Why heartbreaking?
Because I shared it with Sid Brown from Accounts Receivable.
When will you be home?
Tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Me either.
Oh, Miss Horn, I have you with us for 2 more nights.
Where you've always wanted to go and never want to leave. It's the Marriott way.
Get up! Come on! Get up! Come on! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up!
Shaving is like football. Defense is the name of the game. Neutrogena Razor Defense Shave Gel. I wouldn't shave without it. Neutrogena Razor Defense.
The difference in carbs between Miller Lite and Coors Light is only 1.8 grams. You can burn 1.8 grams just sitting at the bar. So grab a seat and drink a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
Energizer E-Squared Lithium, the 1AA battery that lasts up to 7 times longer in digital cameras. Do you have the bunny inside?
Great pizza. Who delivered?
Well, it's not delivery.
This is delivery.
Want to bet?
For fresh baked pizza at home, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Cousin, sir, must another bet?
Yep.
Well, the timeouts carry over to overtime. Each team gets an additional one. Tech now has 2, Duke 3. How's Duke done in overtime this year?
Well, Duke is 2-1. They beat Wake Forest in overtime. They beat North Carolina State in overtime. And then they lost to North Carolina in double overtime last game of the season.
Well, Georgia Tech is 2-2. They beat Virginia in 3 overtimes. They defeated Maryland in 2 overtimes. But they lost in overtime to Wake Forest. And I guess they're 2-1. Now here's Georgia Tech, and Duke's going to come out on man-to-man. Georgia Tech going in. There goes Price again. Oh, 3 out of 3.
Oh, I can't.
I tell you, that kid can play. 18 points for Price.
What's he got inside of him that makes him so different, Jim?
I don't know. Big heart. Georgia Tech leads 63-61. You've seen these guys before, John.
Oh, this is incredible. 3 bombs by that at key moments?
I tell you, he has unlimited range. Henderson wants to take the shot so bad he can taste it. He's another one's got a big heart. 1 minute gone about in the overtime, 55 seconds. Dawkins looking for a shot at the time. Price right on him. Georgia Tech man for man. Not going to give Duke any edge. Tech leads. 1 minute gone in the overtime. Tech leads by 2. And Henderson will take the shot. I told you Henderson wanted the shot.
He wanted to make up for losing that ball the last couple of seconds of the game. And
well,
he did make up.
Would you bet that Price won't take another 25-footer here? Let's see what happens.
He's special. He's hit 6 of his last 7 shots, Mark Price has.
Catway driving, banking. No, rebound down by Mahar. Now Duke's going to call the shots. Now, last time this situation came up, Duke spread it out, trying to wait for the last shot. Georgia Tech's got a little foul trouble.
They got to play. They had momentum before, but when you go for that one shot, you just take all that momentum away.
We're in the first overtime, 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Score tied, and Duke's got the ball for the first time with a tie score. And Duke wants one of its timeout right here. They'll still have 2. Timeout with 3 minutes exactly to go in the overtime. And the score's tied. It is Duke 63, Georgia Tech 63. Don't leave us now. It's warming up.
Stop jumping on the bed. Stop jumping on the bed.
You'd be happy too if you saved up to 75% on your hotel. Fly, sleep, drive, cheap.
This season, Adam Sandler.
You and I are actually seeing each other.
Drew Barrymore.
Well, Slate gets wiped clean every night while she sleeps.
50 First Dates.
That was pathetic.
Shut up. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
I am not a plumber.
I'm not a carpenter.
I am not an electrician.
We know you're not. Next time, come see us first. Ace, the helpful place.
The New England Patriots have won one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time. Patriots take the lead! We live the thrills of the Patriots' exciting championship season with Sports Illustrated and the great new NFL Films DVD, the New England Patriots Super Bowl 38 champions. Plus this special Sports Illustrated hardbound commemorative edition. Call now and run with the New England Patriots on their incredible winning streak through the season, the playoffs, and their unbelievable last-second Super Bowl victory. Get down on the sidelines for a close-up look at the players and coaches and a perfect view of all the action on your free DVD.
With your exclusive Super Pack, you'll also get Sports Illustrated special hardbound commemorative edition free. Individually numbered and highlighted with gold lettering, this colorful classic shows the Patriots in a championship style you'll treasure forever. Touchdown! Both are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, giving you 56 issues for only $1.59 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. This Wilson Super Bowl Mini Football, designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, is also free when you use your credit card. You can't get this one-of-a-kind collectible anywhere else. Call now. You'll get all 3 great Patriots collectibles free. Don't miss your chance to celebrate the NFL champion New England Patriots with this fantastic Super Bowl package, available exclusively from Sports Illustrated. Call now.
Home is where the hoop is. With ESPN Full Court, you'll get the most out of the second half of the college basketball season. To order, call your local cable company, DirecTV, or Dish Network.
On the next G6, the boys team up with ABC's Wide World of Sports. They'll take you inside the mind of a cliff diver. Plus, wrist wrestling out of control. Cheap seats, 10 p.m. tonight, only on ESPN Classic.
Ever wondered what it's really like to be a soldier?
What do you got? I have a sit rep from Alpha Company. BT, ready to be verified. Verified.
Put yourself in the picture with this free video. You'll see over 200 great jobs in the Army and over 180 in the Army Reserve. You'll also see what skills you learned, how you can earn money for college, even what soldiers do in their free time. Call 1-800-984-ARMY now and get this free t-shirt and your free video. Put yourself in the picture and see what it's really like to become an Army of One.
Now here's something to smile about. Get a free Gateway Pocket Multicam, $199 value when you buy select Gateway PCs with a fast Intel Pentium 4 processor and a multicam accessory kit. It's the digital camcorder and camera in one that's always ready for life's little moments. And with a new Gateway PC, you won't believe just how little it takes to edit and share your memories. You can get it all starting at $739.99. Call 1-800-555-2081 today to get a free Pocket Multicam from Gateway.
High score, 3 minutes to go in the overtime. There, both teams won 2 out of 3 overtime games this year. Something's going to give here today. And Duke has the gun in its hand. They have the ball. Georgia Tech has been defending man for man. Duke, at the end of regulation, pulled the ball out and ran off about 3 minutes of the clock. And then the ball was turned over, and Georgia Tech had a chance to win the game. They went ahead. Henderson came back to tie. Another steal. And here's Price under control. Price is going to hold up. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And now maybe Georgia Tech will try to take some clock off.
Let's see the difference in philosophies now.
You know, Petway's made 2 really big plays.
Go ahead.
Hey, walk. Yeah, he made a bad one. Walk by Petway. These are times that try the souls of coaches.
These young men will be talking about this game for the rest of their lives.
63-63. 2.5 minutes to go in the overtime. There's Henderson. Henderson likes this type of situation. So does Dawkins. You know, on the 5-second call count here, the defense gets the ball. Remember that. That's a jump ball situation the defense always gets. Amaker inside pass. And Alry is tied up, and it's going to be Duke's ball. Duke will get possession of the ball. Remember, Georgia Tech had possession at halftime.
Great teamwork here by Georgia Tech. Amaker hesitating a little bit, gets the ball inside. Alry all of a sudden finds nothing but hands all around him.
Now 2 minutes to go in overtime. Tie score 63 all.
Boy, is Duke lucky that ball went to them on a jump ball situation?
Yeah.
Wow, they lucky. The alternate possession rule worked for them well.
It's going to help somebody and hurt somebody else. But Tech's turn.
That could have killed them.
Well, we're down now to 1.5 minutes and tied up at 63-63. We're tied at 61. Regulation. Price hit one of his patented bombs. And Henderson came back to even it for Duke.
Price back to guarding Dawkins again. Price has played well with 3 fouls.
If I were Duke, I'd set something up for Henderson if I can get down to the last shot. He's hit the clutch baskets. Here he is.
You gotta like Dawkins or Allery, perhaps.
Minute to go. 1 minute. Duke still has 2 times out remaining. They might want to use one to set up a last shot. Right now they're just running off clock. They're really not looking for a shot unless.
Let's see if Tech tries to double team the ball at any point.
Who would they foul out there? Really pretty good free throwers. No one.
Mahar, Danny Mahar, the guy with the ball. 64%.
63-63. Yeah, well, that's a tough business sometimes, picking out a guy and then usually backfire. Backfires only more times than not. Well, there are 15 seconds to go. Almost a walk. Amaker will take the shot. Zoom, but he hits it with 9 seconds. Tommy Amaker now's the hero for Duke. 8 seconds to go, and Georgia Tech kills the clock.
That's not what they wanted.
But have you seen so many guys who wanted to take the big shot? This time it was Amaker. Duke leads by 2. Tech's got 8 seconds when we return.
Baby Ruth is the real deal. And being the real deal is about what's on the inside. Whole roasted peanuts, chewy nougat, creamy caramel. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
Hoosiers, own it on DVD.
Welcome to the wireless age. Got your HP Pavilion ZT3020 notebook PC featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology. Your HP camera and wireless printer. Setting it up was easy, right, Techno Boy? Because you went to CompUSA for that state-of-the-art HP engineering. Then CompUSA came over, set it up, and trained you for free. Who else gives you so much attention? CompUSA, unmatched.
Sunday on ESPN Classic.
Harder. What are you trying to prove?
His rage made him a force in the ring and a terror outside it. See Robert De Niro in his Academy Award-winning performance and meet the legend that inspired the role of a lifetime.
De Niro studied me, stayed with me, lived with me.
Raging Bull on Real Classics, hosted by Burt Reynolds. 8 p.m. Sunday, only on ESPN Classic. 2002.
McBride's in the box. A hard cross. McBride scores. It's 3-0 United States.
Classic.
Well, we come down one more to the moment of truth in this game between Georgia Tech and Duke. It's been back and forth. The lead changed hands 9 times. There have been 12 ties. Each team's had a chance to win it in regulation, and now here we are. Duke has taken the lead over a clutch basket by Tommy Amaker. You know, Amaker and Henderson and Price have really hit some clutch shots.
Price has been extraordinary. I can't believe the shots he's taken, but it's not enough. Bobby Cremins, you know, wants him to have the ball. It looks like Duke is going to play full court defensive pressure. But let's watch Price and see if he can create a miracle on the right-hand portion of your screen. He's the man.
They may get the ball to midcourt and call another timeout. Let's see. And it goes to Price. Clock is running with 6 seconds. You know Price is going to take the shot. Yep, Price underneath for a layup. Price is charging. Price is charging. Duke was going to win the game, I believe. There are 2 seconds to go. Georgia Tech would have tied the score on the play because Price had fed it to Dalrymple for an open layup. Well, don't fault the little guy. He played his heart out here for Georgia Tech.
He feels so bad.
All Duke has to do now is get the ball in bounds and run off 2 seconds, and this one will be history.
Take another look at Price now. He knows he's got to do it all by himself. There's not enough time for him to pass to set up something.
Yeah, definitely a charge. See, there was Dalrymple with a layup, but it was a charge by Price.
Another look at it. Now you see the helping defense of Duke coming in there. All of a sudden, Price had to beat 3 men. It wasn't just one he had to beat.
John, I'd say that Georgia Tech has got one hope, and that is to get a 5-second call on Duke, prevent the throw-in. That's about the only chance they would have, I think. Or force Duke into committing a foul on the throw-in play. Those would be the 2 long shot plays. I'm sure that that's being discussed by Duke also right now. There they are over there in the Duke huddle. Is don't foul and get the ball in bounds, because 2 seconds to go. About any kind of a pass that's inbounded, they get rid of those 2 seconds without Georgia Tech getting a chance.
The clock will not start until someone touches the ball, so you know.
And of course, if Duke is successful in getting it in, Georgia Tech is going to try to foul immediately. And they might just grab Mahar and give him 2 shots. Well, there are the Duke fans. Each team has seen a lot of daylight here. Georgia Tech in the first half had a 9-point lead. Duke didn't get the lead until the second half. They led by only 3. That's the biggest lead they had.
Last time they met, Duke won by 2. First time they met, Tech won by 1.
Well, it's fitting they should go to overtime, didn't it? Timeout. Oh, Duke calls another timeout. So they did not take a chance on the 5-second violation. I tell you, Georgia Tech was organized for that.
What a dramatic demonstration of saving your timeouts and why coaches do.
And this is it, right? They're using the final one now. So they won't be able to do that again. This time they've got to get the ball down. See the guy there in front of you? That's Max Crowder, the longtime trainer of Duke basketball. Well, the ACC basketball tournament will come to you in the championship game here on Sunday, March 11th at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. on the Pacific Coast from the Greensboro Coliseum. Dick Vitale, John Sanders, and John Andres will be here. Well, let's see, John Sanders won't. I'll be joining you guys. Looking forward to that, because we're going to see a great game, I'm sure, on Sunday. North Carolina's already won. Duke's got a good chance here to move in the semifinals to again play the Tar Heels, and that'll be an interesting meeting after that last game between them, the 2 overtimes.
Oh, you're not kidding. I still can't help but think now the winner of this game in less than 24 hours meets the Tar Heels.
Now Duke has to get the ball in play. If Georgia Tech can prevent the throw-in 5 seconds, they still got an opportunity. Or Georgia Tech can intercept. And it goes to Dawkins, and he's fouled immediately. The horn goes off, and they'll get a 1-and-1. I think they're going to get a 1-and-1 to Henderson. In any event, things look gloomy now for Georgia Tech, although Bobby Cremen's Yellow Jackets gave it a real shot. Henderson will go to the line. And all he has to do is hit one here, and it's history. I think it's going to be over anyway. Time has run out. And Duke will play North Carolina in 1 semifinal. Henderson's going to make it official. Mike Krzyzewski just went down and shook hands with Bobby Cremens. It is some game, John.
Out of sight game.
4-point victory for Duke, 67-63. And for the Blue Devils, they roll on to another win here in 1984. That's win number 23. That's a great year, 23-8.
How about Henderson? He absolutely was dynamite at the end of the game, as usual, from the foul line. Dynamite.
Well, Henderson's just a clutch player. He's been a valuable man. They call him the 6th starter for Duke, and he was just that here today. Came off the bench, and he hit the basket, remember, at the end of the game that took him to overtime. And then he had some key points there in the overtime. We can't say enough for him or for Johnny Dawkins or for Tommy Amaker or Allery, and certainly can't say enough for Mark Price of Georgia Tech. It was an all-American performance he put on here today. We saw 2 great performances, certainly by the losing teams. Murray Jarman for Clemson and Mark Price for Georgia Tech.
Great individual play. The whole day was characterized by team play.
Well, thank you, John. Enjoyed working with you. We'll see you later. The final score, 67 for Duke, 63 for Georgia Tech.
Cheap Seats, 10 p.m. every Wednesday, only on ESPN Classic.
ESPN presents NCAA basketball from the Alexander Memorial Coliseum in Atlanta. The 7th-ranked Blue Devils of Duke against the 23rd-ranked Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech.
We welcome you back to the Alexander Memorial Coliseum, and let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Blue Devils of Duke. Coached by Mike Krzyzewski, his Devils will be featured with Bill McCaffrey, a young man that had a career-high 29 in the last meeting between these two teams. We talked about the Hurley-Leitner part of this team, but certainly Billy McCaffrey has been a trump card player for the Devils. Krzyzewski, obviously, in the midst of another typical Duke type of year, 16-4, 5-2 in conference play in his 11th year with the Blue Devils. Georgia Tech will be featured with Matt Geiger, a young man that is slowly becoming what Bobby Crimmins would like in the middle at 7 feet. Any points that he can get from him certainly would be helpful. Bobby Crimmins now in his 10th season, 12-5. More importantly, 4-2 in the ACC with a team that is obviously beginning to mature. Our officials tonight, Steve Gordon, Dickie Paparo, and Frank Scagliotta. Kenny Anderson controls it for Georgia Tech.
Last time they played, Bobby Hurley stayed between him and the basket, didn't allow him to get any kind of penetration. Nice look.
Leitner brings it down for the Blue Devils.
Excellent pass by John Barry, the son of Rick Barry, who's one of the greatest passers I ever seen play the game.
Leitner a bit strong. Bobby Hurley comes up with it.
They're trying to get on Hurley already. Everywhere he goes, they try to rattle the little guy.
Grant Hill with the dump down to Leitner, and the two-man game to Hurley. Out of bounds to Georgia Tech.
Last game I had, Duke, where they lost to North Carolina State, Hurley hit 6 3-point shots.
Obviously coming over that weekend with the Carolina victory for Georgia Tech, this team is more confident than it was on January 9th. A turnover by Georgia Tech. Duke will get it back.
Tim, Kenny told me before the game, Bobby Crimmins right now is happy with the way they're getting a lot of balance, and Kenny said that I'm distributing the ball a little bit more because I have a lot more confidence now in my teammates. Earlier this year, he was scoring 40, 42, even had a 50-point game.
Well, when you lose players like Brian Oliver and Dennis Scott, it takes some time, and inside Grant Hill gets the first deuce of the game, 2-0 Blue Devils.
Excellent look by Bobby Hurley, a breakdown defensively, lack of communication by Georgia Tech.
Anderson, another great feed to Mackey. Yes, and a foul.
M&M, Malcolm Mackey. He's arrived this year. Should have made my all-Dale Carnegie team as one of the most improved players in America. There he is now. He's going to take the ball strong, right up to the rack. He told me, he said, I learned a lot from a guy by the name of Shaquille O'Neal. I watched Shaquille play, and Shaquille is going to the basket. He said, last year, I was fading away from the basket.
Well, he got an excellent opportunity to watch Shaquille when they teamed together on the South team at the U.S. Olympic Festival.
He actually didn't play in any games, Tim. He got hurt in the practice session.
But he got to see him up
close
close and personal.
He's played against Shaquille. He's played against a lot of big people in the past, so he said, I'm not intimidated anymore.
It's one thing watching Shaq on television, quite another to be right there with him, alongside him.
He's the most intimidating big man in college basketball in many a year.
McCaffrey off the dribble. Better as a standstill jumper. That time he forced it up, no foul. Duke was looking for one.
Good defensive play by Hill. Had a shoulder injury in that first matchup, the blowout. Kenny looking to think. Right there, Bob Hurley didn't get a hand up.
Leitner clears for the Blue Devils.
Leitner has become a real solid rebounder.
Bounce pass into Leitner, and Matt Geiger will get called for the block.
The key player I really believe for Georgia Tech is this guy right here, the big guy, Matt Geiger. When he arrived from out of Auburn, they all felt he would be such a major impact player, but he has not played with aggressiveness. The last 3 games, he's showing signs, averaging 12 points a game and 10 rebounds a game.
Think about it, though. When you go from playing for Sonny Smith to that man, Bobby Crimmins, it's a bit of a culture shock. for Geiger. I mean, we're talking two completely different approaches to the game, and he's had to make an adjustment, as well as Crimmins having to adjust to what Geiger can bring to the team.
I think the biggest adjustment is the fact that you don't play in competition for a year.
Leitner again over Geiger. Grant Hill with the follow.
Hill did not play in that first matchup. The blowout and the broken nose, caught an elbow from his teammate Antonio Lang in practice.
Not wearing the mask for the first time. He'd been wearing that nose protector in past games.
Duke's coming off that blowout over Clemson. Beat him easily down in Clemson.
Hill.
Geiger's a good little shooter. Double up, bring it back out. Barry scoring 16 a game. Nice little two-man play.
Geiger, that's been one of the problems with him. Some say he puts it on the floor a bit too much inside in post area.
Well, he hesitated. Should have caught that basketball and immediately gone right up to the basket. Come out of Clearwater, Florida. Here's Hurley, a little general out there, a little leader.
3 minutes deep here at Alexander Memorial Coliseum, game 2 of ACC Big East Wednesday. Hurley for 3.
Hurley thinking a little bit more, taking that shot from the perimeter.
Well, is Grant Hill active, though, on the offensive glass?
Well, he's velvet. He's silky smooth. He would be a great player for Mike Krzyzewski. Right now, he's a good player. He's a little bit passive. He has to learn to be a little bit more aggressive as well, insert himself.
McCaffrey over Anderson.
That's his forte. Shoot the three, catch the ball, square the body, and look at the basket. Came out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, as a big-time scorer.
Duke by 4.
See, a tendency to stand around a little bit when Kenny has the rock in his hands and he starts putting it to the deck. Everybody else becomes the Kodak man. They say, let's take his picture.
Anderson solos. Yes, and a foul.
He set him up perfectly, utilizing the screen. Great look, that superb quickness that he had at Archbishop Malloy, where he's heralded as one of the best ever in New York City. Defense a little bit slow, rotating over. See, right now he's going to use that screen. And there he is. That's all he needed, that little step. He set Hurley up with the big screen.
We should make mention, you saw at halftime, the story on Kenny Anderson relative to his exit to the NBA that appears to be forthcoming. Because of that public attention towards Anderson leaving, Bobby Crimmins has already come up with a fine commitment in Travis Best.
Travis Best's team is undefeated down at Springfield, Mass, averaging about 27 a game. One of the premier point guards in the nation. Kenny is gone. I said it 3 weeks ago, and I feel that Billy Owens is gone. I think both guys will be part of the NBA draft.
That time a foul against Barry. Got caught holding that time. Yeah, you're right. You did say it about 3 weeks ago. And another thing to consider with Kenny Anderson and Travis Best is also a left-hander. They're getting used to left-handed point guards here in Atlanta. So far, it's